Welcome to the broadcast. Off camera, one of our staff said, I wish people actually gave a crap about what was going on with these devout Muslims, who we call Muslim terrorists. I wish that people cared about the history of Islam and the narrative of Islam, cared enough to study it. If you did not see yesterday's program, I urge you to go to our website and you can pull it up and you can watch it, okay? Go to the website you see on the screen, because I dealt with history, the history of Muhammad, the first miracle, which was a battle, okay? There's a lot of stuff there. Please go. It'll help you. But to recap, one element of it, it was simply this, that number one, it takes a devout religious mind to see the importance of getting in the mind of a devout religious person, to grasp the essence of their life, their arguments. Or two, it takes somebody who is intellectually honest and will suspend reality and put themselves in the narrative of the study or of the object of their study, the religion, the person, whatever. We let it speak for itself, okay? That's the essence. If you're studying Mein Kampf, written by Adolf Hitler, if you're studying Hitler, you just try and get inside of Hitler's mind and understand what he believed. Even if you think what he believed is absurd, you still discipline yourself to get inside the mind, to understand what his goals are. That's why Winston Churchill was able to prophesy what was going to happen. Because unlike most of his contemporaries in the British government, he actually read Mein Kampf. He studied Hitler. So he knew what Hitler was going to do, because Hitler laid it out. And so when Hitler would make one promise after another, Churchill knew that he was lying, and he predicted, here's what Hitler would do next, here's what Hitler's going to do, and he did it. And ultimately, the people of England said, Baldwin, MacDonald, Chamberlain, they've all failed us. We want Churchill to lead us now that the crisis has erupted. But I digress. Churchill disciplined himself to get inside the head. And the discussion we had off camera was, most people in the Obama administration, clearly the upper echelon of his advisors in the State Department, and clearly most of the talking heads on TV or even the reporters, they don't have the intellectual integrity and the self-discipline to study Islam, to study Muhammad on Islam's terms and with Muhammad's history. So the challenge I have for you is for you to do it, okay? It's for you to do it. They don't do it. What they want to say is, oh, they just need better jobs. If only the terrorists had better jobs, they wouldn't be terrorists. It's foolish. Osama bin Laden was a wealthy man. How many was it? 19 of the hijackers were from Saudi Arabia, from wealthy families? This isn't about money. It's about them seeing themselves in this grand, epic, God-centered world in which they are following the example of their leader, the true prophet, Muhammad. It's about something, in fact, I think it was Abu Bakr who threatened people and said, we have men who love death more than you love life. Abu Bakr was the first successor to Muhammad. We have men who love death more than you love life. How could he even say that? If they just want better jobs, like Karl Marx said, who wants to be dead? They want a good job, right? Well, no, they're not following the philosophy of Karl Marx, who was an atheist and did not believe in an afterlife, did not believe in the rewards of heaven or the punishments of hell. That's why Marxist terrorists don't want to die, right? They want the fruit of their labor. They want to live because they think this is all they've got. So the blueprint of Marx doesn't work for devout Muslims. It's Muhammad's life. It's Muhammad's philosophy. It's the hadith. It's the words of Muhammad that aren't even in the Quran. Yes, the Quran is critical, but far more important to this discussion is the record of Muhammad's life, the hadith, the sunnah. the volumes of literature discussing Muhammad and his life dwarf the Quran. So when we ask the question, what would Muhammad do? You have to not just study the Quran, you have to study the Hadith, the Sunnah, the record of Muhammad's life. And friend, those books are available. And these devout Muslims are reading those books. And they're debating, how do we kill these people? Well, we cut their heads off slowly like the Coptic Christians, because that's what Muhammad ordered at Badr, the slow cutting of the prisoners' necks. They're imitating. They're following Muhammad. And again, the problem is we have people who just don't care. Sloppy, lazy journalists, foolish advisors to the president, a foolish president who they all want to superimpose some Marxist paradigm onto devout Muslims when the record, the narrative of Muhammad's life is crystal clear. All right? Muhammad was sent by God to correct the errors of time and to suppress with the sword polytheism, Trinitarian Christianity, and the corruptions of the Jewish faith and the Christian faith. He believed they were corrupted, and to bring it all together in the smooth, neat, true package called Islam. And if you won't submit to it, then you will feel the blade of the sword. And by the way, I have a question for you. Did Muhammad kill anyone?
You have two choices. I mean, you can try to raise your children by design, or you will raise them by default. There are no perfect parents. We're going to get it wrong sometimes. If we have a plan, we've got a better chance of getting it right in the long run.
There is something deep within the heart of every human being that longs for parental acceptance and approval. When does a boy become a man?
Get a group of guys around and ask them that question.
I don't think there's a certain age. Some men stay boys their whole life.
I would say, 16, 18 years old.
Wow, that's a good question.
When they get bar mitzvah.
Well, I think when he has a child. So I just became at 56, 56 years old.
Without the power of the Holy Spirit changing us and giving us power over our sin, we can't hope to be the dads that our kids need us to be.
We have put together what we call an online university for you. Now that's a highfalutin way of saying that we have a pretty significant library of material, books, tapes, videos that are there for you for free. Why are we doing this? Because America is desperate for new leaders, and because this material could help you to become the leader that you and God want you to be. Check it out and enjoy it.